Okay, so this is my tutorial for the level Halo. I'm on the custom edition right now, but I'm gonna be switching between this and the original version because few things actually are different between them, and that thing is the dropships at the start of the level. They kinda, when the enemies jump out of the ships, they kinda behave a little differently, so I'm gonna start with this.
Roger that. Make it.
This is the wrong level. I'm gonna do this on custom edition, then I'm gonna switch to the regular at some point. I'm probably gonna just cut it out, but just so you know, if you practice this level on custom edition, the nade setups you do are not gonna work as well.
Chief? Chief, can you hear me?
Yeah, this is the start of the
At
level.
last. Are
You
you
just
alright? Can you move?
make
Yeah,
sure you
there's
get all 4
the
nades
impact.
there, so we have
There's
full
nothing we can
grenades.
do.
Then here, you don't want to go over there, because
Warning.
that's slow.
I've
That's where you're
detected
supposed
multiple
to go,
Covenant
but
dropships
in
on
the
approach.
speedrun, you're gonna go
I
here,
recommend moving into
and
those
you're
hills.
gonna jump on top of
If we're
this rock
lucky, the
first.
Covenant will believe that everyone aboard
And
this
how I do
lifeboat
this
died in the
is,
crash.
I just jump like right
I'm
before
reading
I hit this
thousands of types
water
of
part
flora.
here. So
The
I jump
ring's
here,
ecosystem is
and then I
incredibly
jump
sophisticated.
onto here, and now I wanna make sure I'm touching the wall, or I'm as close to the wall as I can possibly be. So
Alert! Covenant dropship
I
inbound.
jump here,
They must be looking
I
for
jump onto
survivors.
the rock,
I recommend immediate evasion.
and I'm over here. Now what I wanna do is throw a grenade around here. Now the goal here is to land the grenade right there. And when that happens, you're just gonna throw the grenade, and immediately after throwing the grenade, you just start running forwards and jump as the grenade goes off. And you just kinda turn to the right to land on this platform.
I recommend moving into those hills. If
This
we're
is
lucky,
how I do it.
the
I think
Covenant will
most
believe
people
that
do this
everyone aboard
actually
this lifeboat died
a
in the
little
crash.
differently. I find this easier. I've always done
I'm reading thousands of
jump
types
this way.
of flora. The ring's ecosystem
Just
is
jump onto the rock,
incredibly sophisticated.
jump over here, be close to the wall, and throw a grenade there, so it lands right in front of you. So you want to make sure you don't throw the
Alert!
grenade
Covenant
like there,
dropship inbound.
because
They
it's
must
gonna
be looking for survivors. I recommend
fly
immediate
away.
evasion.
And you want to make sure you don't throw it like too far, because that's gonna happen. Try it so it lands right there.
I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky,
And
the
the
Covenant will
other
believe
jump,
that everyone
I
aboard
never
this
do
lifeboat
this.
died in the crash.
I'm not exactly sure how people do this,
I'm
but
reading thousands
goes
of
something
types
like
of
this.
flora.
You
The
wanna
ring's
come
ecosystem
over
is
here.
incredibly sophisticated.
You wanna throw a grenade at this wall so it bounces like right at your feet. Back away, wait just a little, and then jump and crouch
Alert!
to get to the top.
Covenant
Like, see, I
dropship
failed it
inbound.
because I
They
literally
must be
never
looking
do
for
this
survivors.
jump
I
ever.
recommend immediate evasion.
So, but this is an alternative. Throw the yeah. I'm not very good at it, but you get the
Recommend moving
idea.
into those hills. If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe that everyone aboard this lifeboat died in the crash.
Like that. But I prefer
Recommend
this
moving into
method.
those
I find
hills.
this
If
easier.
we're lucky,
I've
the
always
Covenant will
done it
believe
this
that
way.
everyone aboard this lifeboat died in the crash.
It's really easy. And then you just run in a straight line. I guess I should explain what's coming up. So, in the next area, there are dropships coming in, and you're supposed to clear the enemies, and that's exactly what you're gonna do. But you can skip one of those dropships, and that's by killing all the enemies that come from the second and the third dropships fast enough. And also, to get the trick, 5 of 6. There are 6 marines, and 5 of them has to die. 5 of them have to be dead. So, what I'm gonna do here, at least what I like to do, is once you approach
I'm reading a
this
lifeboat beacon
area,
over the next hill.
you
We
wanna
should check to
wait
see if there are
for
any
the enemies to
survivors.
kill at least one of your allies. So I kinda take it slow here. I kinda wait around this rock and kill these grunts. Because if I rush this area too fast, if you rush the area too fast, I feel like the
I'm reading a
elite
lifeboat beacon over
sometimes
the next
says
hill. We should check to
leave
see
the
if there are any
marines alone and
survivors.
they just decide to kill you instead. So I kinda, like if I do this, I just rush like this, like see, both elites are already over here, they're killing you, you know. So you kinda wanna approach the area a little slow. Kill these guys. And what you wanna do here is get a plasma pistol and as many plasma grenades as you can. After killing these enemies, your goal is to have at least 2 plasma grenades. Now what I like to do here is I kinda stay behind this tree, that's to my right, and I wait for the enemies to kill at least 1 marine. 1 marine died and then I start killing them. Sometimes they might kill 2 and that's just better. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that actually. And then you wanna pick up as many plasmas as you can. Now 2 marines died, which is ideal. You can do it with 1, like it's not too bad if only 1 dies. But right now, these guys are gonna run up to me and they're gonna activate some dialogue. And because I need marines dead in this area, I'm just gonna frag them as they run up to me. And you wanna throw this frag so both of these guys die. Because if you can't get both of them, you have to use 2 frags pretty much. I'm gonna do this area again. Just so you... Oh. Actually, yeah, let me just do the entire area again.
I'm reading a lifeboat beacon over the next hill. We should check to see if there are any survivors.
So, wait here a little with the grunts.
They're everywhere.
Grab a plasma pistol. Try to look for grenades as well. I heard a marine die, so I can start killing them. And then just scavenge for plasma drops. I literally got no plasma grenade drops, which means the run would be dead pretty much. But then you kind of, yeah, then you kind of want to wait until these 2 guys are as close as they are. I mean, as close as they, you know, can get to each other, so you can easily just frag both of them. But I'll have to do this area again because I literally got no plasma drops. You need at least 2. You can do it with 1, but you want at least 2. There, a marine died. Can you just hope these guys die? Jesus Christ, there we go. Now I can wait until these guys are as close to each other as they can be. And now I see 2 marines are dead, which is ideal. So, well, let's say that 1 guy that's right next to my reticle, like to the right, let's say that guy's alive. If that guy was alive, I would just shoot him to death. So if you shoot 2 people to death, they usually get mad at you, and you wanna avoid that. But by grenading your allies, the game thinks that's an accidental kill, so it doesn't count it as, like, you know, like a betrayal. So you can shoot 1 of these guys to death, so it's fine if I shoot this guy to death. Let's say I'm just gonna shoot him dead. It's not a big deal. Then just frag 1 of these guys, and you should be fine. And they're not supposed to aggro to you. And this line, so how you know if enough marines are dead, you're hearing this line right now. Let me do this again. So if I don't kill the marine, there are 2 alive right now. Once this dropship comes in,
heads up! I got a Covenant dropship heading in! Over here!
This line is gonna play before it starts coming down. So if you don't get that line of dialogue, you know enough people are dead. And you're fine. And what you wanna do here, just stick and stick, then throw a frag at these enemies. And now look for sticky grenades. They are essential. There are 2. Now let me make an other save here. Now what I like to do here, go to the right like this. You can actually shoot this grunt out of the ship. I think I'm a little late for this, so it might not work as well. But you can shoot the grunt out of the ship. I kinda like to jump to get the right angle. I couldn't get him now, but you know, you can get him out. And for this one, you wanna come over here. So there's kinda, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this like top spot of this hill right there where I shot.
Let's get out of here.
And I kinda wanna go around there, but just a little like lower, so around here. And I'm actually a little late for the ship now, but I go around here. As soon as the ship stops moving, or just before the ship stops moving, throw a plasma grenade right there, and the goal is to kill 2 elites. And the grunt won't be a problem if you got the grunt out of the ship by shooting. Try to shoot the grunt. Come over here. Throw the sticky now and throw this frag right there. Then crouch. I like to crouch and try to headshot the grunt that lands right there, like to the far left. That's pretty much what you wanna do. And by the way, you can't just run. You can just run like under the dropship before it starts coming down, because it will never come down if you just run under the ship. So you see how I'm kind of wait here a little and then run out under the ship. Throw the sticky, throw the frag right there, crouch and try to kill that grunt, and everything should be dead. Sometimes 3 enemies can live, it's fine. So if let's say there were 2 enemies alive, that's fine. It's still gonna work. It's still fast enough. So this, I guess I should explain. This is the second ship, and this ship and the next one, which is that one. These ships have to be eliminated as fast as possible for the dropskip. So let's say that guy and that guy were alive. That's fine. But let's say there was a 3rd enemy alive from the grenade explosions. That's not good, because that's not fast enough. Because this ship spawns in
We couldn't save them.
when
I recommend
there
you stay
are
near the
2
beacon
or
and wait
less
for
enemies
extraction.
alive from the last ship. So just make sure you kill the enemies fast enough, and so there are 2 or less enemies alive. Come over here, throw the plasma there, throw the frag there, and they should die. That grunt being alive was fine, it didn't slow me down. Now here, I'm gonna start jumping. This is because I wanna delay this checkpoint, and you can delay checkpoints in this game by jumping. Now, this is a precise setup. So, see, I'm crouching right now, and my like top part of my reticle is kinda touching this line that goes right here,
Save yourself!
and it's like in the middle of this short line. You can, it's kinda difficult to explain, but it's easy to just copy what I'm doing right now. So just around there, and then for these grenades.
Every man for himself!
See this dark spot right there? That dark spot, you wanna aim just over that dark spot, so around there.
Yikes!
So around there. Just over the dark spot.
Let's get out of here!
And for the second nade, my left part of the reticle is touching this the top of this tree. Like that. Just make sure you're not aiming too low or too high, it's just kinda touching the top of the tree. So get this set up. Now the timing for these nades,
I'm a cowardly fool!
see how there's this like line?
Everybody run!
There's this purple part and the kinda metal colored part, and those are separated by this line that goes like right there. Once that line crosses this like leaf, this long leaf that goes like this line, that's when I throw the plasma grenade. Then you wanna wait just like a second and then throw the frag grenade. So I'm gonna do it right now.
Cowardly fool! Every man
Throw it
for
there,
himself!
wait just a second, throw the frag, and then what I like to do, I like to shoot my pistol so to make sure the grunts die, and I see those enemies died, so I'm gonna get the drop skip. So, and again I'm gonna start jumping because that's gonna delay the checkpoint. So now instead of a ship spawning over there, it's gonna skip to the last ship. This is the last ship of the entire fight. So if you don't get the drop skip, there's gonna be a ship coming over this mountain.
I'm a coward!
So I'm gonna miss this on purpose.
Save yourself!
And see now, there's a ship coming over this mountain and it's gonna end up over here.
Help!
If this happens, if you don't care for the
Can we
drop
save
skip,
them?
well, you
I
can just
recommend that we stay near
come
the
over
beacon
here
wait
and
for extraction.
kill this ship and then go to the next ship. Just like throw a plasma there, maybe throw a frag there, if you don't have plasma grenades. You don't need to really use grenades for these grunts. But yeah, that's... You should be getting the... I recommend doing the drop skip, or at least attempting it. It's not hard to do if you follow my grenade setups, like this is pretty consistent. And if this fails, if there are 3 or more enemies alive from the grenades, you can just revert to checkpoint. That's what I do. It's like 15 seconds time loss if you delay the checkpoint enough. So throw the grenade there, wait a little, throw the frag, and shoot the grunts. Then I stand here and kill the elite. So let's say there's an elite alive. Okay, I'm gonna miss this frag on purpose, I mean the plasma, because I want an elite to live. So if there's an elite alive, they like to run over to that spot. And see, the guy's just standing there the entire time, so I can easily overcharge him and just shoot him. That's what they do most of the time, but if I like start running away and then I spot the elite, oh there's an elite alive, I need to kill him, they might just start strafing and running away. But by standing like over there, they usually just stand in that one spot, you can easily just kill them most of the time. But that's about it for this ship, I think. I got a bad checkpoint. Actually, let me, I think this is the better one. So yeah, I'm gonna do this one more time, then I'm gonna go for the next one. For the plasma, wait a second, throw the frag, shoot the grunts, wait for these elites to go to this spot. Hopefully kill them if they would just like to die, no. And sometimes pistol spread dust is too strong. They just don't wanna die. Okay, I literally have to revert because they just don't wanna die.
Save yourself!
And I guess that's an example of this failing. The reason why this is so precise is because these trees hitboxes are stupidly big, and they are just weird. But this should work most of the time.
Every man for himself!
Kill these enemies. They are all dead. Now I start jumping here again to delay this next checkpoint. This isn't as necessary as delaying the earlier one, because you rarely die here, so it's not that big of a deal. But you can delay this one as well, and stop jumping around here, and you get the checkpoint. Then just headshot all these grunts if you're good at this game. And now this elite, sometimes you saw how he was like in the middle of the ship, like between these two things, instead of being on the other side. Like, see? Oh, the jackal. Wow, that's kind of rare. That never happens, but the jackal is always on this side, and sometimes the elite teleports and sometimes he doesn't. So you wanna look like into the middle of the ship, overcharge him and stick him if he teleports. And something's happening with this jackal right now. I'm not sure what it is. This never happens, but the jackal is... Dude, I can shoot my gun right now. And also, dude, I would like this elite not to teleport now. Okay, I cannot shoot my gun. See, now he didn't teleport, so he's around here. Just stick him, and I like to overcharge and punch the jackal. And that's the entire area done with one dropship just completely skipped. Again, I recommend you at least try the dropship skip. It saves like 30 seconds around.
Roger, fire team Charlie. Good to hear from you. Fohammer, we need transportation to the command shuttle.
And
I'm
now
on my way.
just go
Look,
for
more lifeboats.
the frag
Coming in
grenades
fast.
over there and a health pack,
If those lifeboats
and
make
try
it
to
down, the
find
Covenant are going to be right on top
plasma
of it.
grenades from here,
Fohammer, we need you to disengage your
and then
warthog.
run to
The
this
Master Chief and I are
warthog.
going to see if we can save some soldiers. Roger, Cortana. Okay, Charlie
And now
team,
it's just
we're on
driving
deploy.
for
Saddle up and give 'em
few
hell.
minutes. Just
Roger,
optimize
Fohammer.
your
Stand
driving,
by
it's
to
not
evac
hard.
survivors and transport them to safety. That's affirmative. Echo 419 staying on station. Fohammer out.
Okay, so this driving is just
This cave is not a
simple
natural
movement,
formation.
just take the corners
Someone
tight,
built it, so it must lead somewhere.
just memorize the path.
I've hacked into
Nothing
the Covenant
hard
battle
about
network.
this at all.
They're actually broadcasting tactical data on unencrypted
And
channels.
then coming up
We
here,
should show them who they're dealing with. Master Chief,
there are two ways of doing this. What I like to do,
I'm going to use your suit's
is
transcom system to monitor their chatter.
bouncing off of this wall like this. And the reason I do that is so my hog doesn't flip as much. Because if I do this, this is the second one you can do.
Nice one!
Just do this. I feel like my hog likes to flip way too much. So I do the one where I just bounce into the wall kinda.
Oh yeah, baby!
Turn and run, just drive into the wall so your hug doesn't flip as much. That's really that's all there is to it. You can do this as well, but I think most people do this, but I don't like it as much. Then here coming up, I guess I should explain this. So normally you would have to go over here and, you know, run through here and activate the button, but doing that is slow. And the main reason that is slow because that will activate the cutscene for this bridge, like when the bridge appears. So you can do this, you can come here, fling yourself, and not do that because that just failed. Let me make a closer checkpoint here.
Here comes.
So the goal is to do a warthog fling like this. I guess I should explain flings in general. Like, you can exit your hog and like turn to the right at the same time, and you can get a boost like this.
Oh yeah!
Like, see how I get boosted kinda? You wanna do that boost against this wall, and when you do that, you wanna hold jump,
The burn!
so you get boosted up the wall. So you fling into this, and you wanna hold jump,
Oh yeah!
so when you hit the wall, you're just gonna bounce up onto this platform right here. You wanna practice this. You don't wanna miss this. But it's only around 3 seconds of time loss if you miss it. But you don't wanna miss it. It's a pretty easy trick once you get it down. If you fail it, you can just jump on top of this warthog and crouch and jump and crouch onto the platform. But this is a pretty simple trick.
Can't hide from me.
And if you're really close to
Want
failing
some
it,
more?
like there I could have gotten up to the platform if I had just crouched earlier. So
Whoa!
you can crouch just to make it, you know,
Ah, the burn!
to make sure you're gonna get the thing.
There it is.
Then what I like to do is I
Nice
draw
and
plasma there.
smooth now.
So I have full grenades. I had full grenades. If I have like 2 plasma grenades only, I'm not gonna throw that. That is simply to make these elites not
Where that came
come
from.
out of their like spawn or whatever, or at least not as fast. And the reason I do that is I don't want to take damage here. It's just a safe thing. You don't have to do this. Nobody else actually even does that.
Found him over here.
I just like to do that. If I have like full grenades, then I like to obviously press the button,
Yikes!
then shoot this guy to the head, and then just drive away. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna do this one more time.
Nailed it.
Fling, throw the plasma, and I overcharge my plasma pistol here. So if there are elites coming from over there, I'm just gonna overcharge them, shoot the guy, and just drive away. And here actually, you wanna like drive into this ramp, not like that. You wanna drive into the ramp, but you don't wanna run like this because you're not gonna get up. Just slightly like this, and you're gonna get up. Or you can just, you know, go around like this, but this is, you know, slower. Just run into the ramp and you'll get up. And then just literally drive in a straight line. So I guess I should explain the next things coming
There's
up.
new
So
traffic on the Covenant battle network.
also there's new traffic,
A lot more crew
on the
made it off the
Covenant
Autumn than I
Battle.net.
had predicted.
but
The captain really gave them hell.
there are
If we
3
can
areas
find
coming
Captain
up
Keyes and
with
the other
Marines,
survivors, we have a
and
chance
you
to
wanna kill the
coordinate an
Marines in the
effective
first
resistance.
2 areas because that's the fastest way of dealing with the area. Bungie intended for you to kill all the enemies and save the Marines, but you can just kill the Marines. It's because it's faster. But in the last area, you need to kill the enemies for the level to finish. Now, right here, if you don't have frag grenades, I would suggest to go for a frag grenade drop right here. So how you can do is
Lifeboat detected.
exit around here.
No
You're
sign
gonna
of
grab this
survivors.
and then just enter your Warthog. It's gonna cost you around 2 seconds to 3 seconds maybe.
Lifeboat detected.
Just
No sign
grab
of
the frag.
survivors.
If you don't have any frags, do that only if you don't have any frags. It just makes this next area easier. Now here, you wanna do another fling, very similar to the first one.
Maybe they
Just
took cover
swipe
in
over
that
this
structure.
hill
Let's check it out.
and fling and hold jump and crouch to crouch in midair to get over
Maybe
the
they
thing,
took cover in that
like
structure.
the pipe
Let's
thing.
check it out.
That was kinda bad. But slow down here
Maybe they
just
took
a
cover in
little,
that
then go
structure.
full
Let's check it
throttle
out.
again, fling and crouch. So you get over this pipe just a little easier. Now if I go
Maybe
full
they took
throttle
cover
like
in that
this,
structure. Let's
I
check it
mean
out.
you can still do it, but you can like get weird physics and you know the hog can flip and stuff. So slow
Maybe they
down
took
just
cover
a
in that
little
structure.
here,
Let's check it out.
then fling, crouch here, get over the thing.
We should search the interior of those structures before we leave.
Now here just kill these 2 grunts coming around the corner. You can leave them alive, but just kill them. Now, depending on how many frags, you wanna take this area kinda differently. So, let's say you only have 1 frag. That's actually very common. You only have 1 frag grenade. So, I would throw the frag in the middle of the room. And oh wow, what just happened? Okay. And they actually all died. Depending on the spawn, the Marines might die or might not die, depends where they are, if they are inside the radius of the frag grenade. But destroy the frag there. If you have 2 frags, just throw 1 there. Oh, that guy's alive. You can usually kill one of these guys just by shooting, but I wouldn't recommend shooting too many of them because they can get mad at you. Now, let's say you don't have any frags. I would throw a plasma grenade like there and there. Okay, there wasn't anybody there, but okay, that actually worked pretty well. But ideally, you wanna have frags for this.
You fools! You here!
Yeah, and that's about it. Just kill the Marines as fast as possible. Don't shoot too many of them, because they might get mad.
Shoot me too!
That guy should
I don't want
die.
aliens to get me.
Now, actually, a thing that can occur here. These guys like to speak after they have died. Okay, let me actually see if that happens at some point. So I kill these guys. Okay, it didn't happen, but sometimes their dialogue activates after they have died, and it can be really confusing. Because when that happens, you're obviously like, oh, there's one guy alive, I should just turn back and go kill him. But then you come back here and see there's nobody alive. It's just a thing you should be aware of. their dialogue can activate after they have died already. If you clearly see they are all dead, just run away and do this jump right here. Now, I think there are like multiple ways of doing this, but what I like to do is stand like over here, kind of far away from this thing, then jump and crouch, and then just jump over here. I see people do it like this, where they just go standing right here, then jump and crouch, but I find it like you just can't get on top of the thing sometimes, like see? It's just harder. So I kinda like to stand over here. Okay, that was bad. Stand over here and just jump on top of this thing, and then just turn and jump. Overcharge the jackal and punch him if he's like close to you, and then just drive away. Sometimes you get unlucky here, like I got a pretty bad elite. Like sometimes there can be like 2 elites shooting at you, and then the jackal shoot at you. You can die there sometimes, it's really unlucky if it happens.
Before we leave.
And now, I get the search for additional survivors pop-up text. That's how I know all the marines died in that area, and I can continue the run. If you don't get that pop-up at any time, like before entering this area, like the latest you can get the pop-up is around... I'm gonna make a new save here. The latest you can get that pop-up is around, like, right here. Around, I would say here.
Survivors detected.
This is where I actually
Marines are concealed in those rocks.
get it most of the time. But here you wanna drive over here. Actually, make sure you don't splatter any grunts, because you want them to be alive. Get over here. Now, what I see people do is this. Works sometimes. You just go full throttle and try to splatter them. But sometimes it just doesn't work. You might even fall off this edge, you know. What I like to do is slow down just a little. It also makes the marines less likely to... I think I'm just talking bullshit right now, actually. But I like to slow down just a little. I feel like that makes the marines dodge less. And now here you wanna look at your radar. If there are yellow dots, but there aren't any red dots around the yellow dots, that means the Covenant aren't killing the marines, and you have to do this. You have to kinda get out of the hog and just shoot your gun here a few times, so the Covenant get aggro to the marines, and they start killing them. But that's very rare, I would say. Most of, like, this time all the marines are pretty much dead already. And you wanna kinda... I wouldn't say it's necessary to get this second guy into your hog. Like, there are 3 marines here. You wanna get the sniper guy to the passenger seat and the other guy to the gunner seat. I don't think it's necessary, like they can both die. Okay, I'm gonna try and not splatter both of them just because tutorial purposes.
Thank God it's you.
There we go.
What are you, blind?
Actually, sometimes, I should explain, sometimes a marine from beneath you, like literally from like 10 meters beneath you, one of the marines can teleport into your hog. If that happens, just let's say the guy teleports into your passenger seat, I would just kill the guy, because he's an extra guy, he just has to die. Because all of these guys have to die, except the 2 guys you take into your hog. And then just drive, and here you don't wanna slow down or anything in the midair. That just makes you, like, if you see you're flipping, if you see your hog is like trying to flip, just don't try to correct it. That's just gonna make it worse, most likely. Just the best you can do is just run in a straight line. Also, this is a bad example. I wouldn't do that. If you can splatter the marines, just get out and shoot one to death.
Mira, a Mark 5.
But yeah,
What's wrong with you?
wait for them to get to the hog and just
Roll.
drive off. Just
There
full
it is.
throttle. Don't do anything
I see him.
stupid. Just you're not gonna flip. And that's that area done. And now you wanna wait for another pop-up text similar to what you got before, but this time it's gonna say like, what does it say? Search for lost survivors, I think. So it's gonna pop up just here in just a second. Now I'm approaching the final area of this level. Let's make a save here, just because.
What are you doing? We have to stay with the Marines. We need to find
And
the
there
other
it
two
is, search for
lifeboats.
lost survivors. That's how you know all the Marines died in the last area. And here, there are two ways of doing this, I would say. What I like to do, this is the fastest way.
More over here.
Pretty much
over
do
here.
what
Some
you do on
Marines
easy,
hiding
if
in
you
the
know
hills above the
what you do
structure.
on easy. Just drive up the
Stay
hill,
on target.
I'll call in a dropship
straight
to pick
away,
them up.
pick up
Warning,
the snipe,
I've picked up reports that the
and
Covenant has located and secured the Pillar of Autumn's crash site.
kill these guys.
The good news is
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
captain's
explain the
still
spawn, first of all.
alive.
Two elites
The bad
spawn on
news
top
is
of
that the
this
Covenant
building.
have captured the
Two
entire
elites.
surviving command crew.
Then, three
Let's hurry
elites
and find the
spawn
final lifeboat
over
so we can
there,
link up with the rest of the survivors.
and as well as three grunts and 3 jackals. So in total, I think there are 5 elites,
Nailed him.
3 jackals, 3
Yeah,
grunts,
hombre.
and then there are an additional 2 jackals over there somewhere. But let's not worry about them now. So the
What are
two
you
ways
doing?
of doing
we have to
this
stay with the
area
Marines.
are
We need to find the other two
just
lifeboats.
try to splatter these jackals right here, like
More of them. There
as
it
many
is.
as you can. This is a bad
There's
spawn,
some
I can always
Marines
splatter
hiding
one
in
of
the
them.
hills above the structure.
Then just fling yourself
Get out of here. Sure could use your
over
help,
to the
sir.
sniper rifle.
Warning, I've picked up reports
What
that
I
the
like to do
Covenant
is
has
try to
located
kill
and
these 2
secured the Pillar
elites
of
first.
Autumn's crash
That guy
site.
hit, so the
good
next
news is the captain's still
target are
alive.
the grunts.
The bad news is that the
The
Covenant
reason you wanna kill the grunts as fast as possible is because they like to hide, and if they hide,
have
you
captured the
can't kill
entire
them, obviously.
surviving command crew.
The elites are not gonna hide. The jackals
Let's
are
hurry and
most
find
likely
the
not
final
gonna hide,
lifeboat so
but
we
the
can
grunts
link
are
up with
gonna
the rest
hide.
of the
And
survivors.
if the
I'll call
grunts
in a
decide to
dropship
hide,
to
like
pick them
behind
up.
this building, it's
There's
really
another one.
bad, because
Let's do it.
you have to kill them afterwards, and it's gonna slow you down. So just kill the grunts as fast as you can, pretty much.
They're everywhere. You can't hide from me.
There's some Marines hiding in the hills above the
So
structure.
fling on top of the hill,
Fall back.
grab the snipe.
Fight and
Warning, I've picked up reports that the Covenant has located and secured the Pillar of Autumn's crash
Now
site.
focus on the grunts.
The good news
That's
is the
2
captain's still
grunts,
alive.
there's 1 more grunt.
The bad news is that the Covenant have
I think I
captured
got
the
the third
entire
one.
surviving command
Then
crew.
just let me
Let's
fix
hurry
this, I'm dropping frames now. Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't mean to. Okay, whatever, let's do this again.
here comes more. I see him.
There's some
So,
Marines
focus on
hiding
the
in the
grunts,
hills above the structure.
Then maybe the jackals, then the elites, it doesn't really matter.
We're in a bad way. We've got wounded here.
I'll call in a dropship to pick them up.
There's 1 grunt
Warning,
dead,
I've
2
picked up
grunts
reports
dead,
that the Covenant has located and secured
and
the
sometimes
Pillar of
the
Autumn's
third one
crash
just
site.
likes to hide. If he's hiding,
The
just
good news is the
start killing
captain's still alive.
the elites.
The bad news
There's
is that
the last one.
Covenant have
Interesting
captured
spot
the
for that
entire
guy.
surviving command crew.
That's all dead? Oh, never
Let's
mind.
hurry and find the final lifeboat so we can link up with the rest
Then
of the
get back to the
survivors.
hog as fast as possible after you have counted all the enemies, and try to splatter these 2 jackals here.
Mira, there's another. I found him.
And then throw a plasma there, throw a plasma there, throw a frag there if you have frags. If you don't have frags, just snipe these
That's
2
the last
grunts.
of them.
And
Roger
you
that.
wanna
I'm on
pretty much
my
do
way.
the same thing as you did
New
with the large
traffic on the Covenant battle
dropship
net.
fight,
I found
which
Captain
is when the
Pease.
ship
He's
stops
being
moving,
held on a
throw the
Covenant
plasma
cruiser.
grenades.
The
Also,
Truth and
worth
Reconciliation.
mentioning
The ship I
is,
disabled before we
when
abandoned
these
the Autumn.
elites drop out of the ship, they get
The Truth and
stunned
Reconciliation touched down
for
on a
like
desert
2 seconds,
plateau
so
less
it's
than
really
300
easy to kill them.
kilometers
So
upstream.
your timing doesn't really matter. You can try the grenades kinda late, and it will still work most likely because they get
There's our
stunned.
ride. Get a
So let me do this again. Try to splatter these two jackals. Hope they don't troll you. They can just troll you sometimes and they will like go around the trees and
Back me
everything.
up.
Throw these plasmas. Kill the grunts. They are all dead. Now, if you know there's one grunt alive, I would suggest and go looking for him. He's usually
traffic
over
on the Covenant
somewhere
battlement.
over here,
I found
or
Captain
he's
Keyes.
around
He's being held on a
like
Covenant
this
cruiser,
entire
the
building
Truth and
around like
Reconciliation,
here. He might
a
be
ship I
here, he
disabled
might be
before we
over
abandoned
here.
the Autumn.
If you know there's one grunt alive, you have to kill the
The
grunt
Truth and
for the level to
Reconciliation
finish.
touched down on a desert
So
plateau
you just wanna
roughly
go looking
300
for him.
kilometers upspin.
Now let me show the, I guess, the slower method for this area. I used to do this. I don't do this anymore, but you can do this. This is gonna cost you around 10 seconds most of the time. So splatter this
There are
guy.
some Marines hiding
He
in the
spawns
hills
there.
above the
Then
structure.
just go around here and just drive in a
Warning,
circle like
I've picked
this.
up reports
Try to
that Covenant
splatter
has
as many
located
enemies
and
as
secured the
possible,
Pillar of
and
Autumn's
then
crash
go up
site.
the hill
The good news is the captain is still
and
alive.
grab the snipe.
The bad news is
This
that
is
the
just gonna
Covenant has
cost you a little
captured
time because the
entire
dropship's
surviving
gonna,
command crew.
or you obviously
Let's hurry and find the final lifeboat.
you
so
don't
we can
get
link
over
up with the
here
rest of the survivors.
fast, so the dropship's
call in
gonna
a dropship
activate
to
a
pick
little
them up.
later, and then just snipe the enemies.
Nice shot.
I think no, there's one over here,
Hey, leave some for me. More of them.
and then go to the dropship. This is slower.
Back me up.
It's safer, but it's slower.
Covering fire. Come on. It's more fun shooting them.
Throw the, oh, that's a frag, dang. Throw the plasma grenades. Kill these two grunts. And that's
That's the last
level
of them.
over. You know,
Roger that.
when
I'm
the
on my
level's
way.
over, when
New
Cortana
traffic on the
says
Covenant
that's the
battlement.
last of them,
I found Captain
that
Keyes.
is
He's being
the
held
level
on a
ending
Covenant
dialogue.
cruiser,
And
the
after
Truth
you
and
get that dialogue,
Reconciliation, a ship I
that's the
disabled
last of
before we
them.
abandoned the Autumn.
Then you just wait
The
for
Truth and
this dropship to
Reconciliation
come down,
touched
and
down on
that's
a
the end
desert
of the
plateau
level.
roughly 300 kilometers upspin.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else really. That's the end of the level.
There's our
But
ride.
for this last
Get
area,
aboard
I
and let's get out of
suggest
here.
you do the.
Welcome
If you can
aboard,
go fast, do the strat
The
I
enemy
just
has
showed.
captured
I
Captain
showed
Keyes
first,
and are holding
because that's a little faster. I do that myself. I guess also worth mentioning. I'm not sure when the dropship spawns in exactly, the very last one, but it spawns in after you have killed a certain amount of enemies. Yeah, that's pretty much Halo. I don't think there's anything to add. Just, I guess the most tough part is the very first area. That's where you reset the most, because the enemies can be kinda random. Marines might not die, the Marines might aggro to you if you kill them, like, by shooting. The Marines might hide, and so you can't kill them, so you can't get dropskip. Sometimes the enemies just don't die fast enough because they troll you. It's just some RNG, but you should be able to get through the area if you just know what you're doing. I don't think Halo as a level is a hard level. It's just kinda jolly sometimes. It's a long, boring level in my opinion, honestly. But that's pretty much it.